Hi, we're Modern Love, sitting down with Indie Buddie. I think it was mainly Cian, our drummer, and
Me
Graham.
and Graham kind of started jamming out when we were like 13, and then we just needed a singer, and I was friends with Barry for years.
They were playing Nirvana covers and Van Halen and stuff.
Yeah, we were way cool.
Yeah, and then so Cian brought me to our friend's shed where they practiced, and I didn't even know the words to Teen Spirit by Nirvana, so I was like, kind of just sat there with my phone, and they couldn't hear me over the guitars, so that was kind of rubbish. But like we kept playing, and then we started writing songs, but none of them ever really stuck. And then eventually we got Danny in the band, who's our bassist, but he also was into a lot of electronic music and music production. So
and it was a weird thing where I had never actually kind of hung out with the guys at all, so it was almost as if I was being auditioned. Well, it didn't feel that way.
It was like a process of audition over like 2 months.
But I had to get to know them over like a year, and then once we knew each other pretty well, things started to click really well, and we started recording on laptops, and that's how we started.
Yeah, I think it was
songwriting.
The first single that we put out, which is called Us, was the first song that we did with Danny, and that was kind of the day that we decided, like even Danny decided and we decided as the band that we both wanted to work with each other, because that was the...
Graham was in banger.
It was great. Was Graham not there?
He played a gig without me. I wasn't.
That's sad. But yeah, we wrote a song together, and then once we did, we were like, yeah, this works, and that was our first single.
Thank you.
It took a while, but yeah.
We just kind of got lucky, I guess, with that one.
I think it's definitely motivated us to be successful so that we could leave Drogheda. Not because it's like...
We always seem to downplay Drogheda.
We've done so many interviews with like, oh, Drogheda, man, and then we always forget that we have to go back there to Drogheda after talking smack about it. But no, I think it was, in terms of how it inspired the music, I think like a few of our songs are kind of set against a backdrop of like growing up as a bored teen in like a small town and having nothing else to do to have any fun other than like starting to drink and go out and do stuff that you shouldn't be doing really, because there's nothing else fun to do. So that kind of inspired some of the lyrics and some of the stories of the songs. Like, we're very jealous of kids from Dublin, but I'm sure there's kids from Dublin sitting there going like, oh, this is rubbish, I need to get out, I need to go to like London or to LA or New York. Grass is always greener somewhere else.
That's an interesting question.
It's kind of it's a linear song, I think. Kind of doesn't follow any linear
I think it's because the way we write songs, a lot of the time it will come from Barry, and it will start with just a simple chord progression, like
and
playing on a guitar. But then we use the bass almost as the foundation. That will play the root notes of the chord progression. And then rather than just playing chords over the top of that, we kind of like...
We build the whole song out of different riffs and different...
like catchy melodies. So we'd have like a catchy vocal, but also have a secondary sort of melody kind of going in the background.
It also depends it depends what it starts with. Like if this song starts with the riff, then you build around that. Or if it starts with like the chorus hook, then you build around that. So you kind of...
I think as well what we want to do is we started playing live before we'd ever written any songs, so that kind of inspired us in the way we were going to write songs. And when you're playing live, you want people to be dancing, because if they're not dancing, it's kind of just like rubbish. So we started writing songs that there'd be like a proper story, there'd be genuine lyrics and stuff, but all of our songs, nearly all of them, apart from a few, are like very dance-based, very inspired by dance. So there's always a really strong bass.
Yeah, it's always going to drive that dancing.
There has to be in like dance music. And then, like the guitars are just kind of hooks, like...
little decorations.
Yeah.
Like ornaments.
Yeah. I think with that, I think it's very like cathartic to like write about like proper like troubles in your life, but then write them over music and songs that you can dance to and just have fun, because you kind of just like,
can you really take the piss out of yourself a little
You can take the piss out of yourself, yeah. You can like maybe feel like you're being a bit too melodramatic about your problems, so you can just dance around to it. Or just if it's serious stuff that you're dealing with, you can just like kind of use that to shrug it off and just dance to it and have fun.
Yeah.
And feel better afterwards.
You didn't really think about it, I don't think.
I'm still nervous every time we put a song out.
I think the last three, us, when we put that one out, nobody knew who we were at all. So
there was nothing to lose.
It didn't really matter when we put that one out, and then it did like kind of got people's attention a little bit.
Yeah.
So the last 3 ones, like Bop, Licorice, and Hard to Tell You, they were quite a big deal. But
Yeah.
us, we kind of just threw it out. We didn't really know.
Yeah, but every time we release a new song, we're always kind of like, well, I don't know if the guys are, but I'm always kind of like, what if this one doesn't hit? Well, what if people don't take an interest? What if people just don't really like it?
I'm never too afraid of people's like opinions of the songs, because I'm very happy with the songs and how they're recorded. But it's more just like, I hope it gets streams. I hope like people find it. I hope.
Yeah. I don't care if people don't like it, as long as people know about
As
it.
they give us money.
As long as people like
It reaches people.
care, like give a shit, I suppose, or like us or dislike us.
Can we swear in this?
Fuck. You shouldn't have said that. You should
First
not
thing
edit
you
that.
said.
That was a mistake saying that. Graham's gonna go off now.
He's out of the
I'm
band.
literally talking. I'm not talking at all. I'm not talking, you guys.
You know what you mean?
No, it's not.
It's oversaturated.
You can get lost.
Yeah.
Like a band can get lost in it.
You can be really good,
Yeah.
and someone who's not very good can just blow up, and you don't know why. And it's just like on social media. Like,
Or you could be someone with a lot to like say, and someone if people did hear it, they'd love. But there's so many people always like advertising their own stuff, and like we're a part of it. Like there's so many, you know the way like you used to have to go to a record deal. People used to have to pick you if you wanted to even release a song. Like nowadays, everyone can just like you could like record yourself like whacking a wall for 3 minutes and then just like post it up.
Experiment.
And then like
Good.
yeah, like
yeah, it's a
like
new
there's
genre.
anyone can just release anything at any time. So there's
There's
so
positives and
much stuff.
negatives.
Yeah.
It can be a good thing.
I
Definitely.
think overall it's a
Yeah,
great thing.
I think it's definitely like taking down the record labels a bit, which is probably a good thing.
Yeah.
Because you don't need a record label now, which is great, but you also have to get very lucky, I think.
Yeah.
And I think people, there is more music available, but people listen to music more now because you have it on your phone.
Yeah.
You don't have to be near a CD player.
Which is inherently
Or-
a good thing.
Yeah, so people are constantly listening to music, and I think, I don't know how it is with buying tickets to gigs and stuff. That's probably remained the same.
Mm.
But overall, I think it's a great thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It did feel very good compared to
It was
like,
nice
what
to
it
get
was
a bit
before.
of recognition. I
Yeah.
think, yeah.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah.
cool.
But then like once it happens and it's great, but then like you kind of just like what's next? There's
Yeah.
still
You get to
you
follow it
know
up.
yeah, we're still playing gigs, you know, still need to do more. It was great when it happened, but like it's just kind of always the next thing.
Yeah.
You can't really dwell on one thing. You have to kind of keep going
Yeah.
forward, I think.
Yeah.
It's usually you.
It was me
Yeah.
for a good while, but like now it's our manager John. He kind of took the weight off us because we were so bad at it. We were rubbish.
Yeah.
Like even like our own sort of PR, we were terrible. We'd go like
Our parents
weeks with it.
get
Yeah, like
mad
our
at us.
parents. Like my auntie was like, "Oh, they're so rubbish. Like let me take over their Instagram or something."
Did you email them back? No.
Nah,
I
forgot to.
sorry.
Yeah. No, but yeah, that's all taken care of for us now, which is nice.
We're just not really like that. I don't
We
think.
just don't. It's boring.
Yeah, it's
shit.
the
It's the
boring,
boring
side.
side
that
of
nobody
it.
wants to do
Yeah.
it, but
Sending
somebody has to do
emails.
it.
Not for me.
No, we're too cool for that.
Oh, we're really not.
Good.
It's
great. Well, you'll see.
I think there's a lot of energy. We kind of like we play our pop music, but we play it very, very loud. We've been told that quite a bit. And Cian's been told by a lot of people that he plays his drums
I hit
too
the
loud.
drums very hard, and people get mad at me sometimes. But that's the way I do
Sound guys don't like him.
it. No.
But yeah, no, like we play kind of heavy, I suppose, considering the sort of music that we play. But yeah, there's a lot of energy.
I think what you hear on Spotify, it's just kind of that, but it's a lot more kind of intense,
Yeah.
maybe.
And there's more variety. Like we have a lot of different sides to us that because we've only released 4 singles, a lot of people that haven't heard us live wouldn't get the whole picture yet. There's a lot of like R&B and slower, jazzier parts and like kind of maybe stranger, more dissonant electronic music in there as well with the pop music. So all that people have really heard so far is the anthemic sort of big pop songs, which we have and we love. We love to write those, but yeah, there's more like nuanced songs in there.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
quite a bit.
All the time.
Used to
I-
it once,
I-
but
Yeah,
I
don't
think.
give a shit anymore.
I liked it when we just started a band, and then I hated it because I was just like, yeah, whatever.
I think
But
it's
then-
fine.
they're
It's
a great
fine to be.
band.
It's fine to be
No, they're a
compared to
good
them.
band.
Being compared to them is fine because they're a great band and they're like the biggest band in the world at the moment. But it's when people think that we're just them
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, you guys are just trying to be them. So well,
Like we can't actually
like-
do
we
anything
like pop
anymore without
music.
sounding like them.
because they have such a broad spectrum of.
I've been told I
sounds,
look like him a lot as well, and
Probably
that's
doesn't help
I think that's the reason that we
Yeah.
get. If I looked very different, if I had Graham's hair, you know,
Shave your head.
Yeah, we'll
might
shave
just
your head.
might as well shave my head
The
dye
interview,
pink.
actually.
I think
Can I come back in a minute? I'm just gonna shave it. But like we take inspiration from like people that they would have taken inspiration from like indie bands like The Cure or Bombay Bicycle Club or Block Party, I'm sure, and then like
Prince and Michael Jackson.
Like still.
Like two of our biggest
Yeah.
influences, I'm sure they
Yeah,
are.
because the 1975 are the biggest indie band at the minute.
So if
when
you're
they
an
hear
indie
another
band, you're
indie
gonna get
band
compared to them.
with
suppose.
synths. We have the synths. We have the little riffs. And it's like, oh, straight away they make that connection.
Yeah.
I guess.
Put that in our
Block
own
Party.
bio, and it's not even the actual.
Well, it was
Yeah,
actually
it's
I said Block Party are a band that we were inspired by, and they have a song called "This Modern Love." Me and Cian were watching a sitcom,
You see How I Met Your Mother.
How I Met Your Mother. It's the last song in the first season of How I Met Your Mother.
We were
We were
like,
like,
"That's class,
man, I
oh my
fucking
God."
love this show. This is a great show. We need it.
What's
we need
that
like
song
a.
called?
We were saying we need a band name that evokes the same feeling that song did in the TV show. It was like
Very
big-
pretentious and
big-
stupid at the same
Yeah,
time.
we always said that when we were asked about it in an interview that we'd give a different answer, like a cooler answer,
But
like
that's
one
the
that
real
wasn't How I Met
answer.
Your
It's
Mother.
not
The
very
truth's
cool.
out now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, it's
Or
like-
is it?
Yeah.
But this Modern Love by Blackberry is a class song. It's my favorite song.
But we did put it in our own bio for some reason that it was a David Bowie one. I think it was someone else wrote
Someone
it for
else
us.
I
wrote it,
probably
and we
wrote
were
it.
too
Leave that
lazy
in.
to change it.
Yeah, so we were just like, yeah, I mean,
Copy and
fine.
pasted someone else. Yeah.
That's grand.
Oh, we're big Bowie fans as well. Like.
We do like David Bowie as well, though.
Yeah,
We're not as. It's not.
Yeah, we're not gonna diss him.
Call out David Bowie. Come and do that.
Hey, there's gonna be I think 4 or 5 songs that we've never played before live that aren't like obviously unreleased. So that'll be even interesting for us to get their
Scary,
reactions. Hopefully
yeah.
they're good. Yeah, it is actually. It's terrifying. Playing new songs.
Soundcheck kind of freaked us out there a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A good sound check will put you in the best mood ever.
Yeah.
Bad one won't. But yeah, no, the gigs will still be class. Like everybody get down to it 'cause it's gonna be so good. Yeah, see it before. Yeah. Never mind.
Go to the next one.
No, it's gonna be. I don't think we've ever been so practiced for a gig.
Yeah.
Or
Ready for this.
yeah, we definitely yeah.
And it's like a headline gig, which, we don't.
Yeah,
Really
we've
gets
never
played.
done a headline gig that's been promoted by an agency like Aiken, and it's never been this big of sort of a production. So we're really excited.
So
for
we
it.
better not fuck it up.
Mess it up. Yeah.
Oh,
We
no.
never actually do that, and it's the thing that people have always told us to do.
It's probably something we should start doing.
Yeah, but we just gotta rehearse the songs. We come out. We know our walk on. Basically, we have music that plays before we walk on. That's about it. But we
Yeah.
just we kind of just have fun. Like
think it's
if
better
I'm
to
not
not think
singing,
about that.
There's
kind of
only
stuff
so
as
much
much.
you can rehearse
Yeah,
for.
I mean,
Yeah.
the songs are great and you play them well.
and you just enjoy them.
You
Like
know.
if I'm not singing a part, I can turn around to Cian and
Give you a
make a
little wink.
face at him. Yeah, give him a cheeky little wink. If it's going well, I'll give him an angry face if it's not.
Yeah, that's actually happened. I thought like a gig was going really well, and then Barry will turn around and go,
It's
Yeah.
actually
"Oh no,
worse.
the gig
'cause
isn't good."
You,
Oh,
you
no.
think it's going great,
And then
and
Barry's
then you
just
turn
like,
to someone
"Oh."
like, "This is class," like, and they just like,
No.
No.
Yeah.
No, but when it's going well, we all we dance around with each other on stage and have fun.
hold hands.
Yeah.
Buy tuners. I think would be
Yeah,
the first
it's
thing.
a good-
Like that's a
you
legitimate.
want to start a
Get
band.
tuners.
Yeah,
get a
no,
good-
Decent
get a good
gear.
drummer.
Just get decent gear.
A good drummer is if your
Essential.
drummer's bad,
like me.
don't
Yeah.
don't
Get
start
someone
the
better
band.
than Cian.
You have to be
Wait-
better than me to start.
Wait
with.
until you find a good drummer, or wait until your drummer gets good before you start playing music, because
Yeah.
it's definitely the most important member if you're actually going to play the music live. It's the last one of those you'll be getting.
Yep.
Is the drummer. You can't be in a good band with a rubbish drummer.
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah, I think just practice. Practice.
Yeah, you need to
get
practice all the
decent
time,
gear
twice a
and
week.
get tuners and just practice.
Also,
You're probably
another-
you're hoping for like a more philosophical answer. It's like no, just like
Be good.
drummer can't be shit. Get good gear. Tune your guitars.
I have a nice one to add.
Oh, do you?
I think it's really important to hang out with your band.
That is important. Yeah.
Because we have found
Because
like
we don't do that.
we
No.
play better when we're always around each other
That's
and we're
true,
always
yeah.
talking, and
The 4 of us are only friends.
you can feel it in the
Oh,
rehearsal
okay.
room. Like it's different.
Sometimes when we have a lot of band stuff happening, we spend like every day with each other.
You write better
Songs.
songs with your best friends.
When you're
as well,
in when you're in
because-
like a groove, you start to it starts to function better.
And if it's like an intimate song or something, you're not afraid to bring that song to your best friends.
Yeah.
If you're in a band with people that you don't even like, it's going to be hard to write a truly great song, I suppose. But then, I mean, so many bands did hate each other.
So just don't listen to one thing.
Don't listen to anything we say,
I
man.
think we're just rambling at this
None of that
point.
matters at all.
Yeah. Next question. Just get away from that one.
Going up to Leeds in May.
Yeah, that's been announced, so we can talk about that.
Oh, imagine if I hadn't been.
Yeah, well, there's other stuff that hasn't been announced yet that we can't talk about, but we'll be playing at some
Live at
festivals
Leeds.
and showcase festivals. Live at Leeds is one of them. So that's going to be our first time ever over in the UK or ever going outside of Ireland to play a gig. So that'll be really cool. That's the 2nd of May. We have stuff coming up in April. Do we?
I think it's mainly May. There's a few
Yeah.
festivals.
Oh, it's okay, right? It's May.
to
For
be
the next
announced.
few months, we kind of we have to work on more songs. I think. to
There'll
put
be
out
more.
for-
There'll be more releases, and there'll be some gigs over in the UK, and there'll be some festivals in Ireland. There'll be some festivals in summer as well.
Yeah,
But
and more music.
none of them have been
as well.
announced, so can't say.
Graham's got my shoes on.
I think Graham has something to say.
I have nothing to say.
All right.
Damn.
I'm sad after this
Grumpy
intro.
man.
I'm just sad. The monitor was broken, and it's going to sound bad for me. It's annoying.
Oh jeez.
Cheers.
Let's leave it on
I
a.
will leave it at that.
We'll leave it on the worst note we could possibly leave it on. I think you can probably just edit Graham out of the whole video.
Photoshop Graham
Just-
out with a
just
photo
cut
like
the
David
video
Hasselhoff.
there. Yeah. No, I think we're
that's
happy enough with that.